live at 5. It's offer review. It's actually 5 o'clock. I'm running late today, but we got some things to cover. There is a bug to GWENOM's kit. As far as I can see, when this character or a Hive Mind ally drops below 50% health, apply to evade to that character. Right now, it's currently only doing that on GWENOM, and it's not working on the rest of the team. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out. Also, big shout out to Baka. There's a new battle pass that came out today. I was interested in the battle pass because it has Forge, but it looks like it is largely the same as the one from the 16th. So this shows like the difference between the one that's today versus now. The only thing that they did increase on the paid track, it looks like there's an increase from 9 million gold to 12 million gold. And that seems to be the major part that is better. Now, for me, I like the Dark Promotion credits, and I also like Forge as a character. So, because I think the Extreme X-Men is an excellent team in currently 3 game modes. That would be Raids, Cosmic Crucible, and War. So I'm a big fan of that. Now, there is several Void Knight, I'm going to switch sides. I'm running Void Knight events running right now. One of them is in the web, where there is a Blitz event, and of course the amount of Blitz credits you earn is going to be a little bit random, but it looks like it's about 2.5 rotations a day. Well, that's if you get 50 rotations, so it might take you more. It depends on the size of your roster, but for me it's somewhere between 2 and 3 rotations a day. Now, these orbs, I opened like 4 of them already, and they feel kind of lukewarm, and Baka is saying is that they average 3 shards per orb. So there was some training materials in them, which I thought was pretty good, and there's some gear as well, but you know, the number of Void Knight shards seemed rather weak. Now, I want to read this post, and I largely agree with the post, but I feel like it's in direct conflict with, you know, selling us new characters and things like that. And I do think that they need to focus on some of the legacy characters that are important to Marvel fans in general. But, you know, having all characters good may not be realistic. But I want to read this because I thought it was a good point. Why are so many characters useless now? Isn't the point of the game like this to be able to use whatever your favorite characters you want? Not really. No. Everything is about teams and synergy and the newest characters. Yes, I think that is what this game is about, but I see why you could think this. I mean, I'm not saying that's 100% wrong, but I don't think that's the point of the game. If you want to use older characters for fun, you don't get enough resources to do that, especially if you don't want to fall behind when they have to be used for newer teams. Correct. I feel like a few years ago the game was much different with that aspect. I feel like it was like the way that this person is describing in the first 6 months of the game, when there was like 60 characters in the game. I mean, sure, lots of people use like Quake Crossbones in the first 6 months of the game on Arena Team, but at least the randomness was a possibility. You won't get anywhere using 5 random characters like anymore. That's correct. You have to use what the devs want you, what they think, what they make the next best team. All characters, for the most part, should be viable at all levels, in my opinion. Then why would you buy the next character? That's like an actual question. Like, if the next character that came out, like Red Goblin, and Red Goblin doesn't do anything for the symbiotes, the Hive Mind team, that makes them better than Rebirth and Raids, and they're not viable, let's say, in Cosmic Crucible, why would anybody buy them? And so by making Red Goblin good, it's pushing an old character out. If I wanted to use Guardian of the Galaxy because they're my favorite character, I should still be able to use them. Even like in Dark Dimension, but they would suck. Sure, some characters should be better, like DD rewards and legendaries, but if they aren't, Ultimate Star-Lord, Iron Man, but not be able to use the characters you want kind of ruins the game. Now, I strongly agree that these characters that are icons in, you know, the Marvel universe, like Star-Lord and Iron Man, they need to be amazing. Like, it hurts my heart and my soul that Star-Lord and Iron Man are terrible and unusable almost right now, or mostly unusable, right? I think this is kind of, but I get what they're trying to say, but I feel like when there's 270 games in the characters, some of them actually have to be bad, and some of them actually have to be good. And if they were all level, you know, the same, then there would be no, I don't know, like it's just kind of conceptually you're spot on, but there are nearly 300 characters in the game, and they can't all be winners. Luckily, the overwhelming majority of them are useful to some degree, and bad characters eventually get some attention, what brings them back into relevancy. Other than that, the minions probably is high that a character one day, the probability is high that a character one day be important again. Other than minions, I don't think they're going to do anything with minions. Hopefully, they never require us to get in minions. And I get it. Like, the problem I have is that I feel like icons of Marvel shouldn't be absolutely terrible, but like Quake and Crossbones, it doesn't bother me that those characters dropped by the wayside. They were useful at one time, and just like the characters that we're using today are useful now, but that doesn't mean they're going to be useful 5 years ago, because the game has been out almost 6 years, right? And it's just the way these games work. And I guess this is the way that Galaxy of Heroes worked, and no, Galaxy of Heroes is not the same as this game. So there are exceptions, of course, but I feel like this is just the nature of hero collector games. When you pull 3 diamond characters bad, should you build them up anyway? So this is in that same vein. Yesterday, I pulled a 3 diamond Quake. Seen people here pull stuff like Human Torch, Karnak, and Crossman. So is there any benefit to building these bad characters up now so they can give enemy players a surprise in War CC? No. Or leave them alone and just hope they eventually get reworked? Yes. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Where's the gold increase in the War season? So there was new gold amounts that were in the blog post. The next season of War. So the next season War hasn't come out yet. Right now we're in the season that Rebirth is boosted, right? And the next season, a different team will be boosted, and we don't know what that is. They did say what this person is talking about on the January 18th. Seeing, listening, and the war field underway. Next season, War seeing a significant increase in gold. Well, a couple days before that, on the 12th, they actually said, if you're looking for more gold to help increase character levels, we got some more updates. The new Gold Rush tier goes live the same day as level 100 in February, which we're in February right now. You'll be able to earn more gold from War and training modules from Cosmic Crucible. From War and so the rewards updates will be communicated in a future blog. So hopefully that's coming sooner than later. But they did commit that in February we're gonna get more gold from War and training module from Cosmic Crucible. So I'm guessing that means we're gonna get a new season for War and Crucible sooner than later. My guess is that's gonna be the next patch. And that should also mean the room bonuses and Crucible will change, and you know, the boosted team or whatever, you know, like right now we've got boosted Rebirth, that should change as well when that happens. And then lastly, I just want to point out, spend your encouraging energy. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm sure a lot of people probably disagree with my take on this. If you have a better solution or a different idea on that, I'd love to see it. I don't think that this is, I might even be wrong on this. I don't know. Bye for now. We're in January. Yeah, it's February any minute now, right? Yeah, I don't know what month we're in.
Try to find the people who stand out, the faceless crowd, lost and found, picking up on the speed of sound.